So for our next topic, I want to prepare you for how you can actually find yourself in VMware exam, and for the purposes, again, I use the VMware hands-on lab experience because that VMware recap DCV or the other wrote lab exam or actually deploy exam are running based on VMware hands-on lab experience. So, uh, first of all, when you attend for exam and simply you register yourself for exam, and after that, actually that proctor start your lab for beginning, that lab will be run like that in front of you, or from that VUE, and you have to do a lot for better performance of yourself inside the exam. What you can do and why you have to do that actually, because that's 205 minutes and 17 question, and that's all. Don't forget to manage your time, first of all, and also don't forget to manage that screen, lab, username, password, text, whatever you need. You know, I want to start with the manual section. Normally in the exam, the manual section will be placed, which is that exam question will shows there. And you can see here, there is lots of numbers, for example. There is an intro, like number one, blah, blah, blah. And after that, the question will be begin, you know. And you can go straight forward. You can see that all question from 1 to 17. And after that, so you can jump back again to previous question and do a lot inside that uh, lab as they ask you. So first of all, you have to find yourself inside that console. Here is the place of all the question, all the actually words which is that VMware wants to send you will be placed. Okay, that's the first thing which is you have to understand and keep in mind that don't be surprised where is the location box where they are showing to me that question inside that, because that's in a lab base and that's not totally word base. Here is a place you can find it all questions. Okay, so the second thing that's really important, that small screen really not handy for an exam. If you open that uh, Chrome for browsing that vCenter like now, it's really small. You can log in, you can see that, but in the screen, what you have on a home, normally you have that, I don't know, on your own laptop or your own monitor, but the resolution also on a bigger screen will be shown with some limitation. You know? And for that purposes, I highly recommend you, first of all, maximize the screen like that. And again, you can say the toggle full screen. It will be really better then. So that's the second thing I want to mention you for that exam, because for example, if you go to that configure and you want to do something here, you can see you can't see a lot here. Even you maximize or minimize that recent task and wants to go for details, it's a little bit hard. Just look, if you want to, for example, click on Tiny Linux and say migrate, and that's it. That's in a normal process. But look at here. You haven't enough space here for browsing or listing that all E6i hosts you have inside that cluster. And you can do like somehow zoom out like 80%, 75%, if even you can see that and read it carefully, because that's really important. You have that some distance between your seat and the monitor, and you have to actually focus on the all words during that exam. And don't forget that exam duration is around 3 hours, more than 3 hours. And you have to take care of your brain and also take care of your eyes, because you can't watch and you can't actually see the lots of stuff like the small words and fonts here. And maybe that 75 to 80, 85% is really fit and suitable for you. And after that, you can browse and navigate to wherever you want. That's really important. The third thing, which is really important also, is there is an items like you can place the words from the question to your lab. It means you can grab that, and when that item which is you marked is looked as a grab hand here, and there is an arrow like you can move it, you can put it in your lab as an, for example, that vSwitch name, or as a data store name, or as an even virtual machine name. For example, if you want to create here, I don't know, the new virtual machine, and say next, and I want to put some names from, for example, I want to use that hypervisor based. When you select that, you have to wait to the grab hand and arrow, hold the click on it and move it here. That's it. Don't try to use that Control C and Control P inside that lab. It doesn't work. It means you can say, hey, I want to copy that and paste it here. It doesn't work. Even inside that lab exam, even here, if you want to say here, for example, Control C and the other side Control V, it doesn't work. You can use like that copy here with that right click and paste somewhere else. It works. But don't forget that Control C and Control V doesn't work inside the actually entire of exam. That's really important also. And the other thing which is I want to mention is you have to wait a minimum time of 24 to 48 hours for that VUE and also that VMware bring you a result. And if you log into your VUE profile, or if you log into that VMware certification profile and see the result of your exam is failed, don't worry about that, because also VUE and VMware certification don't know the result of that, because that's not that machine or compute actually a searching engine which is can approve or reject or somehow says you passed the exam or you failed the exam because of lab-based things. And you have to wait, because that lab exam actually needs some human action, you know. And after 48 hours or minimum 24 hours, you receive the email, first of all, from VUE, and immediately after that, you will receive that email from VMware certification like, here is the result. Please find the attached file, for example. And after that, you can browse and download that PDF files, which is actually contain your score and the result of your exam. You say, here is your result, pass, and here is your result, failed. And that's it. If you fail that exam, you have to wait for a week, for next 7 days, and after that, you are allowed and eligible to actually uh, register yourself for an exam again. But I highly recommend you, if you fail that exam, uh, just take your time, chill out a little bit, and after that, start for learning again. Because if you failed that exam, that VMware mentioned the parts which is you miss in the exam, which is actually I would say they list your some weakness which is you had in your exam, and after that you have to work on your weakness, which is the VMware certification mentioned in that email. And after that you can go through for uh, actual second shot. And don't worry about that if you failed that exam, because now you are not a person before that exam. You are a new person. You know a lot. You have some experience, which is maybe the other person hasn't that exam, hasn't that experience actually for that exam. And just take your time, chill, relax, and do your best for a second shot, I would say. And there's some words which is I want to talk about you. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and make sure you hit the subscribe button below. And if you like that video, please like that video, and please don't forget to ring the bell for a new video notification. And also, if you have any comments, please put your words comment down below. Stay with me.